Watch what you bet here on That Betting Show. Teddy, the did we forget about the Sweet 16? It's Major League Baseball opening day. Watch it in the afternoon, then head right to the Sweet 16, 9:57 p.m. tip on TBS at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville, Oregon, and Oregon and Villanova. I wish Villanova was there, but they're not. Virginia, -8 to -8.5, depending on where you're shopping at. Total of 119.5, money line split, plus 340, -440. Teddy, look at these two teams making money for their backers. Oregon, 22-15 against the number on the season, 5-6 against the spread as an underdog. But how about the neutral court in these tournaments? 7-1 against the number for the Oregon Ducks. Virginia, 24-10 against the spread on the season, 22-10 against the spread as a favorite, and 4-3 against the spread in March. Defense, Teddy. What are we going to take a look at tonight?
Yeah, you say first team to 60 wins. First team to 50 might win this one tonight. It certainly has the potential to be a game played at an excruciatingly slow pace. Virginia loves running 30 seconds of offense every time they have the ball. And Oregon, very patient offensively. Certainly when you talk about Peyton Pritchard at the point, how the Ducks done this over the last 5 weeks. It's been 5 weeks since Oregon's lost a game. I know they have 12 losses on the season. Their last loss came on February 23rd. And if you're looking at season-long stats for Oregon, you're going to be in a bad place right now because the Ducks playing well above where they have for the majority of the campaign. You look at their last 3 games, they've been exactly the same. When they beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship game, Wisconsin, UC Irvine, basically the same final scores. They won them all 18, 19, 20 points. They scored between 68 and 73 each time. They gave up between 48 and 54 each time. It was like the same game over and over again. It was just Oregon hangs with them in the first half. The second half, their defense and athleticism just takes teams down. 13 three-pointers made against UC Irvine the other day. And the three-point shooting is going to be huge in this one because Virginia hasn't been hitting threes. Just 26% from beyond the arc their last 4 games. They weren't able to put any distance between them and Gardner-Webb in the first round. They got the money for me against Oklahoma. They never put the Sooners away in that ball game either. So in terms of a betting bandwagon, Oregon's got a huge one right now. Virginia, not so much, especially given their tournament history. Then certainly when we talk about teams playing that are on a roll, Oregon is on that roll. I don't know, there are a whole lot of point guards in the country playing better than Pritchard right now. And Virginia, you got the questions about whether the Cavs, now they survived the first weekend, are going to be able to continue making noise. They did not look comfortable last week. I can understand why the public likes Oregon in this ballgame. I'm in no rush to fade the Ducks. But that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if Oregon's 12-game winning streak comes to an end this evening against the class of Virginia. Not a game that I've gotten involved with a wager so far, Donnie. But, of course, we're pre-tip-off. We'll see what happens after the game tips off tonight.
Yep, and it looks like just checking out SBRodds.com, Teddy, on the total movement there. 121 showing up across the board. Even a 122 flashed up for just a brief moment, but 8.5 across the board. You're right. The one point you bring up there with Virginia, Teddy, the threes need to go down because one thing we know about Oregon, if you're driving to the rim and not taking it strong, there will be a block party at the rim for Oregon. Should be a good one. Let's flip it over to the second one tonight, Teddy. Texas Tech and Michigan set to tip in Anaheim tonight, 9:39 Eastern time tip-off from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Texas Tech comes into this matchup, Teddy, after beating Northern Kentucky 72-57, and Buffalo, everybody's love child out of the MAC, 78-58. Michigan comes in beating Montana 74-55 and knocking off Florida 64-49. Good matchup, good even split with tickets here, Teddy. Line, as we're taking a look right now, -1.5 total, right around that 125 range. A lot of people, we all know about Michigan, especially on the East Coast here. Texas Tech usually flying under the radar here. Good basketball team.
Oh, yeah, and we talk about a program that's been reborn or revitalized. Chris Beard, 3 years at Texas Tech. He took a nothing program, and here they are in the Sweet 16. Beard, of course, won big dance game as Arkansas Little Rock. He's 6-2 straight up in his tournament experience. But John Beilein, 20-7 straight up his last 27 NCAA games dating back to 2009. So both coaches have had great success in the big dance in recent years. You look at these two teams, they're mirror images in a lot of ways. Both teams making their mettle on the defensive side of the court. Texas Tech, second nationally in field goal percentage defense, fourth in scoring defense. Michigan, second nationally in scoring defense. Much like the first game we talked about, this is the type of game that someone gets to 60, they're likely to win. So you say, all right, we're not going to see any transition buckets in this game. Every single possession is going to be contested. Who's going to be able to handle the half-court pressure best? Not an easy answer there. I like Xavier Simpson at the point for the Wolverines. He's 9th in the country in assists this season. And Michigan as a team led the nation. Fewest turnovers per game, less than 9 per contest. So those are all stats that certainly put Michigan as a team we might want to be betting on. And the other thing is that, the Wolverines' big men, didn't really play well in either of the first 2 round games. Teskey and Brzezikis, neither one. I mean, Brzezikis only had 5 points when they beat Florida. These are 2 guys who can control the low post when effective. They didn't play their best last weekend. Boy, this game feels like a war. It really does. But if I'm playing, I'm laying. I am a Wolverines believer. And Bayline, 5th Sweet 16 the last 7 years. Michigan's used to this kind of pressure.
Should be a good one, Teddy. Half the Sweet 16 getting underway tonight. Tomorrow we'll do another preview here on That Betting Show to round out college basketball heading for the weekend. Teddy, but it's opening day. We're going to talk a little bit of baseball handicapping. The Pirates and the Reds, roughly to pick them right now. Total at 8.5. Jamison Tyone is going to go up against the Reds with Luis Castillo. Looking at some of the early ticket counts here, Teddy. A lot of people liking those Cincinnati Reds here on opening day. Weather reports, how about this? Usually in the Midwest, the Rust Belt, early on the season, 32 degrees, snow flurries. Not today, Teddy. 68 degrees with the wind blowing out to left. All right, I could buy into this.
Yeah, a lot of people, from a ticket count perspective, like Cincinnati, the betting markets have been pointing towards Pittsburgh in early action, despite the fact that, already they've got some significant injury concerns. Obviously, Greg Polanco on the shelf with a shoulder injury, and then Lonnie Chisenhall on the DL as well after he got hit by a pitch on Monday. He was supposed to be Polanco's replacement in right field. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. That leaves Pittsburgh a little bit shorthanded in early action here, although the Reds, playing without Scooter Gennett, they're a little bit shorthanded as well. Certainly we talk about 2 starters. Castillo pitched great down the stretch last year. 2.44 ERA, 69 strikeouts in 66 innings. Gave up just 4 earned runs in September. First time he's been an opening day starter. Every starter pitcher dreams of this. You want to be opening day starter. I've been working really hard and I deserve this. All right, great. Tyone's the guy I believe in. Tyone's the guy that I trust. And, he was an ace last year. He won 14 games. He dominated at home. He dominated on the road. Certainly Pittsburgh as a team, in my mind, they're getting underhyped compared to Cincinnati, who made the big moves in the offseason. If I'm playing, I want the Pirates in this one, not the Reds. I understand Cincy's better than they were last year. I think Pittsburgh will be better tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, in early start action. That, of course, a 1:10 Eastern time start.